If you're struggling to stay consistent with your marketing or organization system because you have ups and downs and you have low energy days, well, guess what? Congrats, you are human. And no, the solution is not another cookie cutter systems. Trust me, I try them all. Hi, I am Chiara. I am a digital marketing and branding coach, helping introverted small business owners, leveraging my over 10-year experience in the field. I help these entrepreneurs find their way into marketing and simplifying their system in a way that matches who they are and their energy. So, if you're a small business owner, you might want to keep listening. So today's episode is basically like a guided workshop, and I'm gonna help you design a system that flexes around your energy instead of working against it. So if you're listening on the go, that's great. But if you're doing the reflection prompts, I suggest you pause the video and then start it again every time you're done with one. So let's get to it. Predictable marketing for unpredictable days. An introvert-friendly guide to building a marketing and productivity system around your energy, not against it. When I was younger, I assumed my energy was consistent and unlimited. Spoiler, it wasn't. And I learned that the hard way. Running my business alone, trying to do everything myself without clear structure. Guess what? I burned out. It wasn't the only reason, of course, but working in ways that weren't aligned with my energy rhythm made everything worse. I had no clear plan, no understanding of how I worked best, and I paid the price for it. That's why I started investing in something that I had 100% overlooked. Building my own system. Right after my recovery, I worked with a professional organizer, tested every productivity tool under the sun, reflected on how I function, and slowly became obsessed with good organization. So I created a workflow that was not only effective and flexible, but sustainable. It made me productive without draining me, and helped me respect my energy levels while still getting things done. To these days, it's still one of the most valuable lessons I've learned. And today, I want to help you start building your own system. Not by copying mine, otherwise, what's the point of this article? But by giving you the same questions I asked myself when I started. Because most productivity advice is made for the masses, it's generic and rigid. Techniques like the Pomodoro method, for example, are constantly recommended, but they never work for me. My brain doesn't function in 25-minute blocks, and I don't need more timers. I need systems that flex around me. Remember, your energy is personal, your attention is unique, and your brain is wired like no one else's. You can't copy-paste productivity, but you can test and build with self-awareness. So instead of forcing yourself into a cookie-cutter framework, let's explore how you work. My 5 reflection prompts. Grab a blank page, a pen or a Miro board. Keep it light, make it visual if you like, use emoji if that helps. Make it fun. You want to stay on this. 1. What are your best and worst work hours? If you already know your natural rhythm, great. If not, you can try a chronotype test or just reflect on your last 2 weeks. When do you naturally wake up if you have no alarm clock? And when do you go to sleep? When do you feel most focused and creative? When do you feel scattered or foggy? Example, I'm an early bird. Mornings are my most focused hours. After lunch, my brain starts to drift. By 5 or 6 p.m., I'm usually done. 2. What drains your energy? Forget the should. If something drains your energy, it drains your energy, period. List the tasks that leave you staring into the void like an amoeba. For example, long call or meeting, responding to DMs or vague emails, repetitive admin, creating content under pressure. Even things you enjoy can still be draining if they require a lot of presence. That's okay, but note it down. You can rate tasks on a scale of 1, very draining, to 5, easy to do. Or use emojis like sad, neutral, fire. Make it fun, make it yours. 3. What gives you a boost? Okay, now flip it. What tasks feel light, fun, or energizing? It might be designing visuals, writing your newsletter, organizing your Notion space, creating checklists or guides. 4. How does your attention work? Some tasks are fine in theory, but pull you off track. Example, I work with social media and I love creating content. But the moment I open Instagram, I risk losing 20 minutes in doom scrolling. So I block my feed on desktop and keep my phone out of reach while I'm working. That way, I can still create and stay focused. Identifying your distractors and workarounds help you protect your flow. Mark this down too with an icon, an emoji, or whatever works for you. 5. How can you reallocate tasks based on your energy? Now you start turning awareness into structure. If you're using Miro or writing on paper, you can color code tasks. red for energy draining, orange for neutral, green for energy giving. Now think, which red tasks are essential and need high energy slots? Which green tasks can fill in your low energy windows? Watch your system as it begins to take shape. At this point, you should have a pretty good overview of how you work and how to allocate your tasks in your days. But here's the final boss. Energy is unpredictable. Instead of creating rigid daily time slots, create a flexible weekly task system with must-do tasks, those that keep your business running. Assign these to your best energy windows. And bonus tasks, the nice to have that you tackle on higher energy days. Be prepared to move tasks around based on your energy, but make sure to mark the tasks that must be done within a certain span of time to not miss any deadline. Also, plan everything with a 20% level of pessimism, so that if you have a particularly bad week, you still have time to recover in the next weeks. While if you have a high energy week, you can anticipate some tasks that will help you stay consistent and on track if some low energy days are following. This should let you stay consistent without forcing productivity on days when you're feeling empty. Optional tools that I tried and could help you. Here are a few that work well for my clients and me. Miro, mapping tasks, color coding, visualizing patterns, very easy to use and a lot of free templates that allow me to organize and work in the same place. My top choice with Notion. Of course, Notion, my second top choice to organize all the content I write, my ideas, my admin work, etc. Trello, not my favorite, but it's simple and immediate. A lot of people love it. If you feel overwhelmed when the tool is too complex, this might be your pick. Asana, classic project management tool. Very good to track progress on projects with your team or client. I really like it honestly because it's simple and straightforward. Plus, you can see unicorns and confetti when you complete tasks. I mean, isn't it already a great reason to use it? Airtable. Similar to Asana, but very versatile. It's like Excel but on steroids. You can do automations, adapt your database to your needs. Cons is that if you're a beginner, you might find it complex and overwhelming. Google Drive. Honestly, the easiest and most common tool around. A well-organized Google Sheet can go a long way. Oh, and it's free. I personally use Notion and Miro, as you could understand, for all my system design. They're flexible, mostly free on generous tiers, and intuitive even if you're not a tech nerd. So, pick a calm moment with no distractions. Block 30 or 45 minutes. Go through these reflection prompts and see how it goes. If something feels off, you're always free to go back and try again. Remember that we also evolve, so your system should be growing with you. I hope this helps as much as it helped me. But if you feel stuck or want help translating this into a system you can actually use week after week, that's also what I do in my one-to-one coaching. And you can book a free call where we can do a little bit of a vibe check at the link in the description. So let's talk about it. Do you have a system in place or do you play by ear? Leave some comments. I'm curious to hear. See you in the next video. Bye!